To really understand American history, we have to go way back. I mean, way back.
So let's start with a big question. Where does U.S. history really begin?
Spoiler alert, it's not with the United States. It starts way before Europeans even showed up.
We're talking about a world before Columbus, a continent buzzing with countless different peoples and cultures.
Okay, so no gunpowder or wheels, but they had farming, complex societies, and huge trade networks.
So calling these societies primitive? Yeah, that's not just wrong, it's a totally misleading Eurocentric view.
And get this, the population in what's now the US was huge, anywhere from 2 to 10 million people.
And this population was incredibly diverse. Out on the West Coast, you had tribes thriving on fishing and gathering. Moved to the Great Plains, and life was all about the buffalo, creating these incredible hunting cultures. Then up in the Northeast, you had groups forming powerful leagues, like the famous Iroquois Confederacy.
But you know one of the biggest differences? Their whole idea of what it meant to own land.
As the Socklater Black Hawk put it, land was something you had a right to use, not possess.
Then, Europeans arrived, and with them came an absolute catastrophe, what we now call the Great Dying.
We're not talking decimated. For many tribes, the death toll was closer to 8 out of every 10 people.
A better word is octomination. Why? They had zero immunity to diseases like smallpox.
Now, the first Europeans to really try colonizing this area, that would be the Spanish.
Their first attempts in Florida were kind of a disaster, but they eventually got a foothold in the Southwest.
And that brings us to New Mexico and the story of the first major uprising against Europeans.
You can see why. Under Spanish rule, the Pueblo population just collapsed. This was a recipe for rebellion. So in 1680, a leader named Pope united the Pueblos. The revolt was so successful, it drove the Spanish out completely.
Now here's where it gets really wild. This story of violence, it got turned into a political weapon.
It started with a Spanish priest, de las Casas, who wrote these horrifying accounts of Spanish brutality.
And this became known as the Black Legend. And here's the thing, it was a true story.
But here's the twist. The English used this true story to justify their own colonization.
Which really makes you think, right? Whose story actually gets told? And more importantly, why?